Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Shirley Manson and I sing lead vocals with the rock band Garbage. Very pleased to be here in Holland.
It's a long time ago, isn't it?
Since I was here last time. Yeah, but I think it's been about 3 years.
Yeah. What happened since then?
What hasn't happened is probably a shorter question to answer.
Maybe a better one.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we toured for about 18 months after the release of the record all over the world, and we had various mishaps occur along the way. We toured with U2 in America, and all of a sudden Butch was rushed into hospital, and with hepatitis he turned completely yellow. Even his eyeballs were yellow.
Jeez, really? Was it scary to see that?
It was horrible. It was heartbreaking, actually. It was really weird. And
does it have something to do with the liver, isn't it?
Yeah. He thinks he got it off seafood. Oysters.
All right.
But anyway, one way or another, he had to quit the tour, and we had Matt Walker, a friend of ours, come in and play drums the rest of the tour. And our front of house engineer got rushed into hospital in Mexico. He had to get sent home. Jesus. And I began to lose my voice for the first time in 8 years. I mean, I'd never ever had any vocal problems, and then all of a sudden I was just getting on stage and opening my mouth and nothing would come out.
Well, when you were on stage then?
Yeah, we were headlining, these festivals all over Europe, like Roskilde. I think we headlined Roskilde, and I got on stage, and after 30 seconds, literally nothing came out.
You sound like, I'm only happy.
Yeah, I mean, for real, that's exactly what happened. It was
what did you do then?
Awful. I ended up drinking. My crew knew that I was really freaked out, and they brought on a huge bottle of Highland Park whiskey, and I proceeded to get absolutely blind drunk, and I was laughing my ass off, and luckily the crowd were really in a party mood, and they did all the singing for me, which was really sweet.
You were standing there like, okay, I think this is the end for the rest of the tour.
Yeah, we cancelled the tour after that, and I went home and I had surgery on my vocal cord because I had a cyst on my right vocal cord. So, that wasn't easy. And then
how long did it heal? How long did it take to heal?
It healed actually really quick. I mean, it took about 3 months maybe to rehabilitate my voice, but I could have sung a little earlier than that, but I was just being really careful. Right. And then we tried to go in and make a record, and we just weren't really getting along very well. I think somehow we just needed to reassess and rebuild. Maybe too early. Yeah, I think we were tired. I think when you come against sort of, problems on the road, it takes a lot out of you physically and mentally, and I think we were just exhausted and done fighting. Yeah. And we got into the studio and just collapsed and fell to pieces, and we just really had to figure out whether we wanted to continue as a band or not. Did you say, okay, I want to quit for a short time? No, I mean, I thought about quitting, as did everybody in the band. Everybody was just not happy, and we would come into the studio and it'd be a toxic atmosphere, and nobody would speak to each other. It was just absolutely awful, and made me quite literally physically sick. I started having imaginary stomach problems and skin. I had acne, and really? Just got so stressed out. Stressed out, right? Yeah. So you took rest. Yeah, we decided just to take some time apart. Butch was like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." He went back to LA, and we all had time to really think about whether we had a future together. And mercifully we love each other, and so we figured out that what we had was actually quite unique, and we didn't want to just turn our back on it. Right. You need some time to really evolve that and to think about it and just say, okay guys, what we had and what we have experienced is too cool, so let's do it again. Exactly. And I think there's nothing like having 3 months at home to suddenly realise, wow, I'm in a band, and we've been successful all over the world, and that's incredible. Sometimes you're in danger of taking it for granted when you're just going from gig to gig to gig, and you're tired and you're grumpy and you want to get away from the band and you want to get out of the tour bus. But then when you go home and you realise what you've got, and you start to ache to do it again. So that's basically what happened to us. We were just like, ooh, I have some ideas, Right. Did you write some lyrics about that feeling on the new album? Kind of. I mean, I suppose the first single is sort of about that in a way. It's about, having those struggles with my band. Why Do You Love Me? The single. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's about a lot of different things, but some of it is about those struggles that we had.
Yeah. I thought it was a really personal song because I listened to the lyrics and it came on to me like really personal, and the music fits into it because it's really loud and soft.
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamics in it, and I suppose I know I'm the same. I'm like,
it's just shitty weather here, man. Come on.
I know. I've got a horrible cold, so I'm just like feeling miserable. But I mean, there's a lot of correlations between, you know, an intimate relationship with a significant other and your relationship with your band and your relationship as a band to your fans. Yeah. So the song is about those three things, and as a result, there's all these weird dynamics in the song. So.
When did you actually start writing the new album?
Well, technically speaking, we started 2 years ago, but...
First time with the Dust Brother, wasn't it?
No, that was last January we started... I mean, it's a long story. You know, we started writing together 2 years ago. A year of that was spent fannying around, not really getting along very well. And then we took 5 months off and came back to LA and worked with John King of the Dust Brothers for a month. And that wasn't really very successful in the end, because we have self-produced ourselves for 10 years and we didn't really like anyone telling us what to do and how to do it, even though that's why we came to John in the first place. We just didn't let him do his job, and it was difficult for John because we weren't really functioning as a unit at this point. And then I think, you know, there's nothing like bringing a stranger into your midst to really pull the band back together again, and we realised that if we wanted to make a good record, it was going to have to come from us, and we had to like get our shit together. So March of last year, that's when we started seriously writing, and that's when we finished the record in November.
Okay, you started writing like the first 30 minutes you were rehearsing, like the song Right Between the Eyes came out first?
That came out like literally 2 years ago, and then we were jamming together, we wrote that one song, and then we didn't write anything again together, and for another like 14 months.
Jesus. How many songs did you write in total?
About 32, maybe.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, but you know, some of the stuff wasn't making everybody feel that excited or that good, and that was where a lot of the issues were. It's like, yeah, we've written this song and it's good, but it's just not rocking our world, really. Yeah.
When is a song really satisfied for you?
I don't know, you can't explain it. It's just a feeling that happens in the room when you can tell just everybody in the band is like a dog on point, you know, that everybody's sitting up and paying attention and is really active and involved. And when a song isn't working, there's somebody reading a magazine, or there's somebody saying they're going to go out and get some coffee, or, you know, you can just tell it's just a bad atmosphere. Right. So you know a song's working when everybody's up.
Not only focused on that.
Yeah.
Who starts writing a song? Do you write songs or only lyrics?
I write in a variety of different ways. I mean, we all write in a variety of different ways. Some of us will go and have our own individual ideas, and they'll bring it into the band. You know, whether it's me, whether it's Butch, whether it's Steve or Duke, we'll come in and maybe have a chord structure, and in my case, melody and lyrics.
Right.
And then everybody will come in and like say, well, we like it, but we don't like those chords, let's change the chords, and we just collaborate together like that. Or we jam together, and I'll come up with the melody and the lyric over what the boys are doing musically. Yeah. A variety of different ways. Sometimes we just will, you know, or certainly in the past we've used some drum loops, and then we've just sat in the studio and like played with programming and built a track from scratch in the studio. Because there are 3 producers in the band, isn't it? Well, a lot is made about the fact that there's 3 producers. I mean, to me, there's 1 producer in the band, that's Butch. Right. And everybody else, we all have opinions about where we want the music to go, and, you know, we all have ideas about what we want to hear on the track and so on and so forth. So we all produce garbage, but Butch that's his forte. Okay. Is he still producing other bands then? Yeah, he is. Okay. I mean, he doesn't do as much as he'd like, just because we've really kind of kept him captive. But you know, kept him busy. Yeah. And he's done the odd thing, and you know, he that's the love of his life. He's never happier than when he's in the studio. Okay. Hey, and the song "Bleed Like Me," that's also the album title. Does it have something to do like with his personal life? The lyric "Bleed Like Me"? The song is really just about, you know, regardless of how you view other people, you know, whether they're of a different sex to you, a different colour, a different, you know, if they have different religious beliefs, a different moral values, we all are essentially the same. Right. Even if we don't understand each other, that we all, you know, experience life the same way. We all love and laugh and fuck and shit and piss and bleed, you know, and die. And I think we have to bear that in mind when we're dealing with other people. I think right now there just seems to be such a horrible lack of empathy in the world, you know, and I find that really scary.
Yeah. Do you really see that in the States then?
I see it everywhere. Yeah. I mean, not just in America, everywhere, in my own country, and you know, I'm sure I just feel like there's so much conflict in the world in general that I find it really scary, you know.
There's really nothing to do about it, I think. Only write good songs and talk to the people during concerts. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, you just have to live life the way you think is right, and try and always put yourself in somebody else's shoes and view their actions and view their words from that perspective, and perhaps you'll be a little more tolerant, you know. Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be worse in the next coming 10 years?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I do know my own anxiety has like hit new highs lately. I mean, I wouldn't want to bring children into this world because I find it such a dark place.
Right. That's the same thing. I have that too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. What can I offer them? You know.
I just think you have to try and be as good as you can be towards other, you know, be as tolerant and understanding towards others as you possibly can. That's all you can do, isn't it? Because we don't have the control over our governments to fix the path that they choose to lead us down. I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for Holland, but you know, my government and that of the Americans has just, you know, made decisions that has, you know, tarred an entire, both the British Isles and America, but they don't speak for everybody, you know, and that's frustrating.
It's every country.
What you can do about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not only demonstrations won't help and all that things. So we have to lots of here.
I disagree. I think demonstrations do help.
Really?
Yeah. I think
maybe when it's really massive, people show up. Then maybe. Yeah. I don't think.
Well, even if it does nothing else but make the people during that demonstration feel joined with to feel that we have understanding, I think is a good feeling. It makes you feel less alone, even if it's for that moment, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the album now.
Oh my God, it's getting so dark in here.
Whoa, we're in the whitest room ever.
Yeah, and we've gone all black.
Yeah. Is there a black room here?
I don't know if there is. I've never been to this hotel before. It was quite beautiful.
It's cool for photo sessions if you have the black one.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's your favourite song on the record?
I don't think I have a favourite song, to be honest. I think, you know, we struggled so hard to make this record as cohesive as possible that it seems obscene of me to try and then start to dissect it, you know, when it took so long to build it.
Right. Do you think it will be easier to make a new record? Because it was the biggest struggle ever, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think making records it's hard to make records as a band, you know.
It's not fun, huh?
No, it is fun. It's really good fun, you know, when you strike a vein and all of a sudden there's a song, and that's an amazing feeling, you know, when you've built something, you know, created something together and all of a sudden it starts to breathe, and it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
But just working with other people, coming to sit at the table and try and figure out a way forward, you know, as a struggling democracy, is a pain in the arse. And it would be much easier to just say, you know, screw you all, I'm going to go and do my own thing. Right. But I think sometimes the beauty is in the compromise at times. You know, when you compromise and you allow somebody else to help you move forward musically, you suddenly create something that really surprises you and is way more interesting than anything you might have done on your own. So
even Dave Grohl is on the record.
Even Dave Grohl is in there.
That's even better.
On Bad Boyfriend.
Love that song.
Thank you. Yeah, he's you know, he's just incredible. He's just an amazing musician and
unbelievable. Cool drum parts he has.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. You know, and he's beloved, and in a way he came in at the very beginning of the record and played on that song and set a bar for us, and a energy bar that we really had to try and meet. And I think, you know, that really helped us with the energy on this record, you know.
Yeah. Was it one of the first songs you recorded?
Okay. Yeah.
From that start off, it was like, okay, we need that energy on the record.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of energy on it.
Yeah, well, he came in and played, as he always does, like hardcore. Like, he hits the drums like nobody's business, you know. It's unbelievably, unbelievably
Were you there?
hard.
Were you there while he was playing it? Oh, shit.
By the time I knew he was coming in, by the time I got my shit together to get to the studio, which was he came in at 10 a.m. By the time I got there at like 11:30, he was gone.
Oh, for 1 hour, just he played it 2 times and it was over.
And boom, he was gone. But you know, everybody else was there, and everybody was glowing with love and happiness that Mr. Fantastic had popped by. So,
hey, what are the next plans for the coming months?
We're going to start touring. I go back to
Scotland, isn't it?
No, I'm actually going back to the States because we're rehearsing our new bass player, Eric Avery.
Wow, Jane's Addiction.
Yep.
Shit,
that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm a big music fan.
Yeah,
he's
amazing. So I'm really excited.
I even heard that Faith and Moore's coming back together.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
I read it, but I wasn't really sure. But
yeah, there's been rumours about that for a while.
Cool.
But
it's going to be wicked.
To Eric.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Eric's coming and he needs to learn all our songs, so we're going to rehearse with him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. When are you coming here in Holland?
I don't know yet because they're just putting the tour together as we speak. I know that we start in Paris. I can't remember, at the end of March, I think, and then I think we'll be just touring all over Europe for the summer.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be here. I know that there's a festival at least that is being penciled in, but I know we'll be back here to play shows.
Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.